Well, Candace Owens came out and expressed her thoughts on flag burning, which in my opinion, her views are completely incompatible with the freedom to express oneself and the freedom of speech, and it's too bad Candace Owens is one of those people who I agree with a good percentage of the time, not on every issue, but she has her moments. But this definitely was not one of them. She comes across here as that boring, old, tried and tired, ultra-conservative person who says they're for individual liberty and they say they're for a small, limited government with only a very focused scope, but then once an emotional issue comes up, they drop all that and go into this overly sensitive, authoritarian-sounding, virtue-signaling routine. You see, this is the conservative version of whacked-out social justice nonsense. This is the same thing, it just runs a little differently and looks a little different. She wants a non-crime to be a crime for just the sake of it being a crime because she just knows emotionally that it should be punishable. Burning a flag robs no one of their life, their liberty, or their private property. It doesn't steal from anyone, it doesn't defraud anyone, it doesn't injure anyone. At worst, it might be a pointless, edgy display. Like I said, burning a flag just isn't my style, seems kind of pointless to me, and I'm unaware of anything ever being accomplished by burning a flag. But that being said, you have every right to do so, and Candace Owens, if she wants to be taken seriously, should save some face by backtracking on this, because you can't be taken seriously as someone who supposedly favors individual rights, individual liberties, and small, unintrusive government, while at the same time believing the government can come in and kick you around for committing a victimless action. The two positions are diametrically opposed to one another, and Candace Owens is nothing but a hypocrite on this. But here's a question I have for Candace Owens. Unfortunately, I doubt she'll ever see this, but I'd love to get an answer from her. Would she still support the punishment of someone burning a flag if they were protesting the socialist road some of our politicians are going down? Would she support the punishment of someone burning a flag if they burned it to protest the absurd amount of regulation and taxation that we endure? What if they were burning a flag because they were opposed to pro-choice politicians? What if they were burning a flag because they were opposed to any and all Marxist thought in our government and they didn't like the Federal Reserve, which is a plank within Marxism? What if they were burning a flag to protest a federal minimum wage after it destroys their small business? You don't think they'd have a small reason to be a bit upset with the United States and the terrible road it's looking down? Or what if they're burning a flag after the U.S. government utilizes eminent domain and simply steals their property? Or perhaps the U.S. government uses civil asset forfeiture and again simply takes their property, their resources, and their money. They're not charged with a crime, not convicted of anything, government just takes their stuff. You think if they burn a flag in protest of that, they should further be punished? This is why you need to be opposed to an overpowered government committing itself to punishing victimless actions. And Candace Owens, of all people, should know this. Once you go down roads like this, be prepared for it to be turned right back around on you. Is this not what she has warned SJWs about? Has she not made very similar arguments to this? If someone is saying or expressing things you don't agree with, it neither picks your pocket or breaks your legs, so don't listen or don't engage. But one thing you definitely don't do is run to the government to forbid that expression, because there could be a day in which you suffer because of the overpowered government that you fought for. Or better yet, if you don't like what someone's doing, if you don't like someone burning a flag, have a conversation with them. Is that not what Candace Owens always suggests to SJWs? Have a conversation, have a dialogue, have open communication with them and try and convince them that you're right. The one thing you don't do is run to the government, which unfortunately Candace Owens kind of showed her hand here and said that that's what she would do, which is sad to say the least. But what if Bernie Sanders wins the next two elections and the U.S. becomes a full-on outright socialist country? What if you want to burn the flag to protest what the U.S. had become? Candace Owens would be shooting herself in the foot here, not because she supported individual liberties, but because she supported what she was supposed to be against, which is an overpowered government with the ability to trample and violate your natural rights. Not a good look, Candace. But that is all for now. Like and subscribe, and hey, try and get Candace Owens to see this. I'd like to hear a response to these questions. Unfortunately, I am a nobody, and that will likely not happen. But anyway, you all take it easy. Thank you.